You good?
Judy, I have a new segment for this show.
Okay.
It's called Technology Hates Me. People, I understand. I understand that every week you probably hear me say about this went wrong or that went wrong. Okay, look, I'm sure you could see daytime, right? So we're obviously doing this show at a different time anyway. But then it took an hour and a half 2.5 hours. I'm looking at the time for me to figure out the audio. It's not like my background is in radio broadcasting or anything. It's not like the audio is what should be my specialty. But here we are! All right, I just need to get that out.
I'm glad you got it out. It has been. It has been 2.5 hours, and I'm like, all right, so I'm just going to go make some lunch, I guess, before we go back and record.
Oh, gosh. Welcome to a conversation with Judy and Ryan right here on YouTube at TABPOD. Please make sure you check us out also on TikTok and X or Twix or whatever you want to call it at TABPOD. Why? So that the fact that I spent 2.5 hours working on audio makes a sensible reason in my life. Also, Judy puts in a lot of work, so, show her some support.
Yes, please. Thanks.
All right, real quick, Judy, before we get into our regularly scheduled programming, has anyone seen how dope my sweatshirt is? Anyone who's looking at TABPOD on YouTube, you can see that I have the fraternity choo-choo sweatshirt on, right?
Yes.
Judy surprised me with a early birthday present. And I'm still a little pissed off about it, to be quite honest, because I don't like feeling things other than laughter. And Judy made me feel so many things when I opened up the box because I was not expecting this. I was genuinely speechless for the first time that I can remember. But thank you, Judy. I do appreciate the gift, obviously.
You're welcome. We EP and I were conspiring behind your back because needed to get your access.
No, she's getting the belt for sure. Okay, she went against me. She knows better.
I was like, hey, not to sound like a creep or anything, but like, what's your address?
Yeah, she said to me, she was like, well, how do you think she got the address to the house? And I said, I don't know. I probably said it at some point during the show. Because I just say whatever. I don't know what I say. Oh.
Well, I'm glad it looks so good.
Thank you so much. It is so nice and so comfy. It's got that on the inside of it. I mean, you had one made, so you know. But on the inside of it, it's got that super soft cottony feel. It just makes you want to just take a nap. But I can't do that now. I have a show to do. So.
We do.
All right. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, now that we've talked about the fact that I will be coming yet another year older, I need to bring up some more stuff about this dude, Matt Rife. Okay.
I saw the comment on our TikTok about this man.
So, a couple weeks ago, we talked about him and how listening to a girl, who would have thought that listening to someone would give you access on how to make them the perfect guy, right?
Right.
But it's this whole thing he has where listening gives you the infinity stones and blah, blah. And my point on it was that it doesn't count when you're as good looking as Matt is. Mm-hmm. So in editing that clip, I had to go and actually find the clip I had seen to put it in, right? And in doing that, I watched most of that segment. And this motherfucker had the nerve to say that waiting, being patient, was having game. Shut the fuck up! Look, because here's his point, right? It's exactly how it sounded from the joke. You become friend. He said, girls, don't be friends with guys, right? Because while you're with that other guy and you're complaining about all the things you hate and all this stuff, you're giving him the cheat code to become the perfect guy for you, right?
Right.
Which is not wrong. Right? If everything was equal, that in itself is not wrong. But here's where you miss the point, Matt.
Matt.
If she didn't have any kind of sexual interest in you, then it wouldn't matter at what point or anything what's going on. If she doesn't have sexual interest in you, then when she breaks up with him, you could be the perfect guy and you're still not getting any.
It's
so
true.
What you're actually saying is that she met a guy that she initially wanted to fuck, but was too busy fucking someone else. So she had to wait to stop fucking guy A to then go fuck guy B. But you've also shown yourself to be enough of an asshole that you also need to have the Infinity Stones just to be able to fuck her. All you had to do was not be an insensitive idiot. And guess what? As soon as she broke up with guy A, panties are flying off.
Wow, we're really starting the show at like a 19 today. I mean, wow.
I'm sorry. I heard this joke. And he said, "Oh, game respects game. I see it when someone's doing it out there." That is not game, okay? That is, you know what you are at that point? You're a placeholder.
Ooh,
right?
One, yeah.
You're just the dude that she keeps on the side so that when she's done, she has someone to go and not feel lonely with. You're not the actual guy that she plans on being with. That's not game. You know what game is? You know fucking game? Let me tell you what game is. Game is when you walk into a room and you look like a woolly mammoth. For anyone who wants to see one, go on YouTube at TABPOD. You look like a woolly mammoth and you charm the fucking pants off of everyone in the room so that not only do the women want to fuck you, they want to fuck you with their men because they want to show them what a real man is like. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah. Well, to be honest,
Judy,
I don't know. Matt
Judy's
Rice
just like, I don't even know if I want to be a part of this conversation anymore.
I'm like, I don't know about Ryan, but like Matt Rice's face is not attractive to me. Like, well, he has like this face.
So like, that's fair. That is totally fair because we did talk about that last week. But what I will say is that we also did say he is a conventionally attractive guy,
yes.
Right?
Yeah.
But you're right, though. There is something, and I'm not judging him as a person, right? But I am going to judge him as an entity. He's got the 1980s bully look. Right?
Yes, he does. Oh my God. Yes, that's
like if you were going to cast him in a show, he would be the boyfriend of the head cheerleader that's a dick to the main character nerd. Like that's exactly who he's being cast as.
That's exactly it. And what's funny is that I watched Back to the Future for the first time ever, right, in its entirety.
How?
And
How is that possible? How's it you went your entire life without watching that movie?
I've watched bits and pieces whenever it's on TV, but I told Keith, I was like, oh, I've never watched it before. And he's like, we're watching it.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. But that's exactly who Matt Rife would be, is that bully.
He'd be Biff.
I can't think of his name right now.
He'd be Biff.
He'd be Biff.
See, I always think, even though I love him as an actor, I always think of Willie Zabka. Mm-hmm. He played the bad guy in the Karate Kid.
In Karate Kid.
Yeah. And now it's awesome because he's in the updated show Cobra Kai, which is basically the continuation. Love that show. If you haven't watched it, check it out. Also sponsor us, Netflix. Come on. We've been working all these energy drink angles. Maybe some streaming.
Look, man, y'all need to sponsor us at this point. Like, stop price hiking us.
Yeah.
Price hiking?
Yeah.
Price hiking. I don't know if that's right.
It's when they hike the price up. You know?
God damn it, Netflix.
What we want instead of all this price hiking, we want some price stimulus. Okay? You stimulus us. Oh, I'm getting confused now. Anyway, I like Willie Zabka on Cobra Kai, and he plays that role of still kind of being that jerk, because that's what his face is. So he plays it so well, even though your heart goes out to him. But 100%, he's got one of those faces that would just annoy you if that's what the purpose of it was. And that's really going to bring us to our next segment, because Judy, we already have Ryan Refutes, right? Smashing success. Everyone who listens to Ryan Refutes says, this is the greatest thing that's ever hit audio airwaves or visual airwaves, except for I'm a woolly mammoth and I still haven't charmed you yet. But so everyone loves that. But you know what? This is not my show. This is our show. So I wanted Judy to come up with a segment of her own. And in classic Judy Delahoochie fashion, can you please tell us what the name of this new segment is?
It's Faces That Annoy Judy. And that's it. Faces that annoy me.
So we've already got the
plenty
first
out there.
one. We already got the first one. So who is the next face that annoys you?
So on this week's episode, we're talking about 3 of them. That's after Matt, right?
I like how you just immediately
4.
turn this into an episode of The View within an episode of our podcast. On this week's episode, we got 3 of these things coming up. So stay tuned.
Okay. One of them I've mentioned before already. Actually, all 3 of these are former NFL players.
Okay.
We've talked about one already, and his name is Russell Wilson.
Well, he's not former, though. He's current. I said
NFL/former.
Oh, okay. My apologies. All right. Yeah. Russell Wilson.
Current / and former. So Russell Wilson, no explanation needed. I hate that man. Moving on.
No. Pause.
Oh man, now I have to explain why their faces annoy me.
I'm not going to say that you have to explain, but I am going to make a comment. Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay. Sorry.
I don't think it's his face that annoys you. I think he annoys you. Maybe I'm wrong. But I think if you just saw Russell Wilson, just a person who looked like Russell Wilson out on the street, you wouldn't be like, get away from me. You are already starting to annoy me.
Okay, you know what?
But then if he came up to you and he was like, hey, Judy, Mr. Unlimited. Mr. Unlimited. Like, I feel like at that point. Also, I feel like I look like Russell Wilson, but with a beard and with a woolly mammoth hair.
You do not look like Russell Wilson.
Look, us mixed brothers gotta stick together, okay?
Okay.
He's mixed. I'm just saying he's mixed.
I know,
so,
I know, but
we kind of look similar-ish. If I got a tan and I worked out for 6 years and I and I lost, and I shrunk 7 inches. If I did all of those things, then we would be carbon copies of each other.
Sure.
All right. So Russell Wilson, and look, don't get me wrong. I do think that he over cheeses stuff, which would make his face more annoying. So I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying that I think he's just an annoying motherfucker. Okay, I'm just gonna say that. I think he's just an annoying motherfucker. So, but he lives his best life, so he's allowed to be.
Yeah, I mean, he's with Sierra and she's pregnant again. So, I mean, I'm sure he's living his best life.
Is it his?
Of course it is.
I don't know.
Why would you say it like that?
Might be Future's.
Okay, moving on. The second person I want to bring up is Ben Roethlisberger.
Okay.
It's him and the third person they both have like the similar face shape. I know. Stop laughing.
Okay. So who's this last person? Please.
Philip Rivers.
What?
They have the same face shape.
Oh,
Their face shape is okay, do you remember in Toy Story and it's Woody? They have that Woody face shape. Stop laughing.
No. So here's oh God. Okay. So I don't know. I have not looked at either of these men in a very long time.
Yeah.
I can see the Woody face shape for Philip Rivers, like, because I watched him play enough. I'm not seeing it for Ben, and maybe it's because I'm used to Ben from like the last 2 years of his career, where he had like all but given up on trying to stay in any kind of shape, and his face was just an oval, like a big, you know. So
yeah.
I would understand if you were like, I don't like Ben Roethlisberger's face because it reminds me of Buzz Lightyear when he has the dome on. Like, his face is the shape of Buzz's dome. That's just me saying that he's fat. You know,
I didn't even call him fat.
You know what? Guess what? I don't care. I'm just going to say it right now. I don't like Ben Roethlisberger. He's done a lot of things. No, I'm sorry. That is not correct to say. He has allegedly done a lot of things that I don't really vibe with. So guess what? He's a millionaire and he's better off in life than I probably will ever be. Fuck you.
From the bottoms of our hearts.
Yes, exactly. This is a very interesting thing. So you've got Russell Wilson, who's the corniest person on earth. You've got Roethlisberger, who is just allegedly a bad person. And then you've got
Philip Rivers.
Oh, Philip Rivers.
And his 19 kid.
Who just looks like Woody from Toy Story.
Oh man. If we get to clip this segment to a TikTok, I will add the pictures of what I remember them looking at, you know, during like the sidelines. I'm like, that's it. That's the face. Like, I just hate that face. Like,
why do I also
punch you in the face?
Why do I also have a feeling like you hate all these faces because you've seen them celebrating over a Cowboys loss at some point?
No.
Like, I feel
probably.
I feel like that's where this all stems from, is that you're just your bias is showing. Little bit.
Well, we'll tune into next week when we find out and see if they're also still.
You know whose face I really hate? Mike Tomlin. That fucking guy. He looks like a black Woody. You know what I'm saying? He's the first person I thought of, honestly, because Roethlisberger, Steelers.
Okay.
I honestly, I should have said Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts is a good-looking man. I will say that.
Okay, you need to calm down. Okay, you need to calm down.
Okay.
Your seat is starting to
We're taking it down.
Yeah,
taking it down a
your
notch.
seat is getting a little moist, and we need to stop that. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
And you know, perfect way to do that is. Wait, I think I screwed.
What?
Oh God. Okay, we're going on the inside of the show right now. I kind of screwed up the rundown, and I don't remember what we were supposed to talk about people's faces, but I don't remember what about people's faces we were supposed to talk about. Because all I can think about now is the 3 annoying current and former NFL quarterbacks.
We were supposed to segue into icks because they gave me icks.
Oh,
and then we were going to talk about the people who give my friends icks.
Okay, so see, look, I don't need to do anything. I can just make it super awkward, and then you can fix everything, Judy. So, what's going on with the icks? I'm just gonna throw it there.
Okay,
Top
so
of my game
today. I I quizzed my friends, but I asked them because they listen to the show, and I'll tell them like, oh, like these people give me the icks.
Thank you for listening.
Shout out to the homies. Love y'all. So I asked them, I was like, can you guys give me a rundown of like just people that give you the icks? Like, you don't have to give me any explanations, just shoot them all off to me.
Famous people that give them the icks.
No, just people in general.
Okay, so I'm gonna with no explanation, I'm gonna have to hear about Joe the fucking butcher at the store, how it gives one of your friends the ick.
No, it's just overall people, just in general, generalized.
Okay,
not famous.
You know what? This is a moment of growth for me. Instead of trying to understand what the segment is about beforehand, I'm just gonna listen. Gentlemen, this is a teachable moment for all of us. Instead of trying to make it happen, let's just let our partners take control for a moment and listen.
Yes. Okay, I have a few here listed. First one is men who wear short socks with dress shoes. Your face was like, what?
Well, so I need clarification on short socks. Okay, are we talking ankles? Are we talking like the ballet sock?
I'm guessing anything ankle below.
Okay, well, so I'll put it this way. Yes, if you wear some kind of ankle sock with a dress shoe, that's... But I would prefer that you wear like a ballet thing in that shoe rather than going barefoot, because the barefoot look is like real popular for whatever reason.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's the same thing like how those the pants where you could see dudes' ankles now are becoming a thing, right? So what they like to do is they like to wear here. I'm in my my pajamas, but so. They like to take and then really tighten everything, right? And then you can see that sexy ankle. Shut up, Alexa! And then you can see that real sexy ankle, right?
Great angle.
And then since you can see the ankle, they'll also, like if it's a suit that they're wearing, they'll wear the dress shoes with no... I'm hoping, like I said, ballerina sock, but more likely with no socks on. And wearing shoes with no socks is just the grossest thing. But if we're talking like I've got a regular suit on and like the guy sits down and you could see that he's got ankle socks on underneath the suit leg. Nah, man. Come on.
Why can't you just wear dress socks?
Yeah, or I mean, yeah.
Like, right?
Well, because I was thinking I have a lot of dress socks that I wouldn't classify as dress socks because they're like Naruto themed or Disney themed or stuff like that.
Got it.
But if it's in the category of what kind of sock is it is a dress sock. So
okay.
But yeah, do that. You know what? I went to work all week in dress socks. Not one day did they match. Just do it. Just be a man about it and pull your socks up to your knee like your grandpa used to when he went to the sawmill. Okay?
There you go.
All right, what's the next thing that gives us the ick? Because we're all in this together now.
Yes, people who cut their nails in public.
Those are serial killers.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. Anyone who does that kind of stuff, it's the same thing like the person who has to, they don't just like tear their stuff off with their hand, or they have to gnaw it. Like if you gnaw on your hands all the, okay. That's, All right, on to the next one before I have I can't,
Men who use 3-in-1 shampoo, conditioner, body wash.
Okay, see, so this I disagree with. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to say that the 3-in-1 is the way to go. No, I have learned my lesson. But that's my point, is I only learned it after someone came along and showed it to me and taught me how 3-in-1 is not good for X, Y, and Z reasons. All we know as guys is that it cleans us. It's soap and it cleans us. So why wouldn't it? Oh, cool. I could just do and I'm clean. Awesome. But then someone comes into our lives and they say, no, this is not good for you because this soap is bad for your hair. And then if you can't do 2-in-1 because that's fucking stupid. So you have to do separate shampoo and conditioner. Yeah, so that one, no. Bad on your friend on that one. You just need to be more understanding of, now, here's an amendment. If the 3-in-1 is still, like, if you're in a committed relationship and you're still doing 3-in-1, then no, you're a serial killer. Okay, stop it. You need help.
You need help. We don't know what else to say about that, but yes, you need help. All right, two more.
Two more.
Men, I guess this could also be just people in general who always flip off the camera in pictures.
Okay.
And I have like a specific example, and it's one of my old coworkers. Her baby daddy / man, I don't know if they're married yet. Every picture she posts of him, he's flipping off the camera. And I'm like, why?
Yeah, no, I agree with that one wholeheartedly, because it just shows a sign of immaturity.
Yeah, like you're a grown man. And with your kid in the picture too?
Well, now I disagree. I mean, you've got to teach the kid proper flipping the bird technique, right? It's the same thing with the 3-in-1. There was no one teaching the kid how shampoo, conditioner, body wash is bad. There's no father figure. So he just grew up thinking, okay, cool, it's a time saver. Same thing. This father needs to show his son proper bird flipping technique. You can't just go into the middle of an argument and throw off some limp flipping of the bird. No, you gotta be strong and you gotta be assertive. So if there is a child present for said picture, I completely agree with flipping off the bird. Any other time? No. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Let's be adults here.
Okay, and the last one that I want to read off is people who say conversate instead of converse.
Oh, well, so these people are just idiots. And I say that because conversate is not a word.
It's not.
And it's not even like, oh, it wasn't a word, but so many idiots kept saying it. We made it a word. Looking at you, irregardless. It's just not a word. Irregardless is now officially a word in the dictionary.
Oh.
Yeah. Don't say it. No, it's regardless. It's just regardless, okay? We don't talk, just like that team in Cleveland we don't talk about that word anymore.
I didn't even. Yeah, I've never heard anyone say it either. That
You've
sounds
never.
like what?
Oh my god, I hear so many stupid idiots say "irregardless" all the time. Just the same stupid idiots that say "conversate."
Yeah. So
no, I mean
that was
honestly,
this
it
week.
sounds like the things that give your friends the ick are just poor manners. Like
Basically, yeah.
like they're just saying we just want men to be normal.
I think the 3-in-1 also came from my friend John, which he is a single gay man. So it's just the funniest thing to me. I was like, wait, what? He's like,
Okay.
yeah, I can't go on dates with these dudes anymore.
I mean, I see that's I have opinions on that, but I also feel like any opinion that I have would genuinely come off as homophobic, homosexual. Any thoughts and opinions that Ryan has on this topic will clearly come off as homosexual. No, like I have them, but yeah, I think that they would come off as just homophobic. So, and that's just from me never having, to anyone's knowledge, experienced that kind of relationship. Anyway, ChatGPT. Right. I'm just getting off this with the quickness. I'm not trying to talk. I'm not trying to talk about any kind of relationships that I've had. Okay, any kind of conversations over a lightly stoked fire during the sweet nights of August. Anyway, can we just move on to ChatGPT, please?
Yeah, so I have a workplace chronicle because
what? Workplace chronicles.
Yeah. Okay, moving on. Workplace chronicles time. So it's the end of the year and my job is doing their assessments, right? Like we have to fill out.
I saw your tweet on this.
Oh my Lord Jesus. Yes. So, talk about how amazing you did throughout the year and give yourself exceeds expectations. And then when you go into your meeting with your boss, everybody's just going to be at meets expectations. Then what was the point of us mandatorily doing this? So what I did was I went to ChatGPT, told the AI, it's AI, told AI to write my assessment and how I would say what I did. And I just copy pasted, did a little edit, submitted it. I put exceeds expectation on everything, but we all know how it's going to turn out. Everyone's just going to get meets expectations, 3% raise that they give us, right? While my bosses and all the other big executives get their bonuses and what have you. So
I think we just found something else that just made the list of icks.
Oh, always. Corporate world is just giving me the icks every time. But I don't understand.
Sorry, well, you put a tweet out there that was very poignant, where you said, what are the point of doing these
performance assessments?
Performance assessments. We don't have that at the Insurance Emporium, so I don't know what that is, okay? But what are the point of doing these performance assessments that will dictate any kind of monetary changes when the budget is already done, right?
Yeah.
And there is somewhere in there that I can argue, obviously, where technically you're saying if someone exceeds expectations and another one falls below expectations, that person, it's unlike girl math, it has to make sense, right? Because we're talking about people's paychecks. But
or according to my husband, it is female mathematics.
He has to say that because he's a teacher, okay? He's gotta be all PC and everything. It's girl math, which is also known as bad budgeting. That's gonna be in my next sweatshirt. Girl math equals bad budgeting.
I got you. I'm on it. I can already think of a design for it.
I don't want to be sad about because I'm so happy anymore. But no, yeah, it is an interesting thing where that aspect of the performance review comes into play, I would love to say that. Look, I'll put it this way. I do think it's important to have them regardless, because it does at the very least let the person who's filling it out think about if they're doing a good job or not, and think about their standing in the company and if it's worth actually staying, rather than always having to put that same pressure on yourself to just be understanding it, right? This actually allows them to know, hey, I am doing a good job. As long as I keep doing what I'm doing, I'm not going to lose my job, until one of those CEOs makes a real stupid decision and has to lay off half of the workforce.
Right. So we'll see.
So you gave yourself exceedingly high marks on Chat GPT gave you high marks on everything?
Yeah. I mean, okay. So that's the thing, right? I've done everything that's met or that's expected of me. Mm-hmm. And I do everything else above that as well, outside of my normal duties, because they'd like to, on the job description, right? It's always like that last little duty, like duties as assigned, or, and they just like to roll everything. I was like, damn, I do all of this only for me to get like this little minimal raise. So it's just kind of helped me be more proactive in trying to find a new job.
Right.
Just because I know if I stay here, I won't see that increase where I want to be. And it's like, it's just hard.
No, I get that. Look, I mean, you're talking to someone who has spent an entire year of being burnt out at his job. It kind of culminated this week. I don't think we'll have time to talk about it today, but it kind of culminated this week in a lot of different things. But no, I get it, and I think I'm even at the point now, which is why this podcast has become way more important to me, just in making sure that we get it out there to try and grow everything. Because I'm also at the point where I kind of don't want anyone else to be in charge of me anymore, because people are fucking stupid. Like,
Yes.
And
I agree.
So I don't know. I don't want to turn this into we complain about our jobs part 75. Like, I'm really not trying to turn that into this, people. But I really do feel like I've gotten to a point where I'm tired of having to listen to people who A, don't know what they're talking about, or B, don't have my best interest in mind, or C, are just flatly wrong. Mm-hmm. And I would like an opportunity to be able to do that for myself. But, I mean, this is I don't know how to produce goods, okay? And I don't know any kind of business that I could start. My dad didn't teach me how to be a drop shipping magnet, okay? So here we are trying to make the funny ha-has for you.
Yep. That's what we're doing here. Every week.
All right. Speaking of funny ha-has, we got 2 minutes left. I want to tell this story real quick. Okay. So remember how Asher got like 75 pumpkins from my mom when they went to the pumpkin patch, right?
Yes.
So I was telling one of my coworkers about how they got all these pumpkins, and she was like, I want a pumpkin. So I was like, okay, cool. I could get rid of one of these real quick, so thank you.
Yeah.
So I take the pumpkin to work. I put it in my back seat, drive along to work. I get to work. I wasn't thinking that there was a pumpkin in my back seat. I just went into hypnosis mode of open the door and grab your stuff to go to work.
Yeah.
So I open the door, and this fucking pumpkin rolls out onto the ground. And now it's not pumpkin exploded, but it's pumpkin cracked in half.
Yeah.
So it's like I took an egg and just hit it on a frying pan. But now I'm like, what do I do? Do I still give because I brought the pumpkin in, so I feel like she should know that I brought it in for her.
Right.
But I also, you got to throw it away because it's, so it was.
It's a half a pumpkin. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
Was she upset? Was she
Uh,
like sad about the pumpkin? Like, did
I
you grab
mean,
her
I
another one
think
out of the 75?
I think that no, of course not. You get one chance, okay? Um,
Okay, my
I
bad.
think that I was more upset about the fact that it had happened. So she
Hmm.
was like, "Bro, it's just a pumpkin. Like,
Yeah.
calm it down. Like, okay, I'm like, yeah, we don't have the pumpkin anymore, but like, you know, but no, it's always fun. It's always fun when something like that happens. So, all right, that does it for the first segment of a conversation with Ryan and Judy. We're gonna come back, and when
Judy
we
and
come
Ryan.
back, fuck, I can't do anything right today.
That just came like it just sounded unnatural at that point. It's like, wait, what?
I mean, obviously not, since it rolled off my tongue quite naturally. But when we come back to a conversation with Judy and Ryan, Judy has some house updates. I don't know how you can have house updates when the only thing that's left to update us on is that you've moved in, but whatever, we'll find out. She has come up with a refutes for me, and I really need to shorten these up. I've realized people are waiting 13 seconds through the and then it's us again. So like, why are we just leave? But anyway, and when we come back, we find out who the dirtiest NFL team is. Right here, conversation, Judy and Ryan.
Woo
woo woo. Okay.
Wow. That was a fun first half.
Welcome back to a conversation with Judy and Ryan right here on YouTube at TABPOD. Also, make sure to check us out on TikTok and X, Twix. I don't know. Should I say Twix or should I say X? Because I feel like people don't know what I'm saying when I say Twix.
Then we say Twix. Maybe.
Is it their fault, though, for not listening?
Also, yes.
Okay.
But who also really calls it X? Don't we still just call it Twitter?
No, everyone calls it X now.
Oh, do they?
Oh, well, I'll put it this way. Everyone calls it X that isn't just doing their own personal thing. Like any news media type thing calls it X.
They do, so, yes. Yeah, right. You're right.
Okay. Let us know what you think in the comments. Is it Twitter? Is it X? Should we say Twix? The only way we're going to know is if you let us know.
Yeah. Comment below.
All right. So, Judy.
Yeah.
What's the update on the house? How could there be an update on the house?
No. Well, okay, it's just a quick little update that our lender officially told us we are funded for our house and we're officially ready to close on Thursday. So we're very excited.
I thought,
what?
How are you not funded already?
No. Okay. So it takes, so we had a lot of other little things that needed to be done. Like we had to get surveys done for the house because they didn't accept the old survey this seller had. We had to get the home insurance, which was already worked out. Other little fees that the sellers actually gave us, like $1,000 credit. There's like a lot of little things that kind of came together before they gave us our official loan document, I guess.
Okay. Now I understand.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So then
you finished your checklist, and now you officially get to have your house.
Yes, everything's done. We got the cashier's check for the down payment.
You can't hear that, can you?
What?
Okay, never mind.
No.
I think our EP is taking a shower, and I can hear the music like reverberating through the walls. So, because as we've learned, she doesn't give a shit. She doesn't care. She got a lot of stuff going on.
She got her own thing going on.
She does. She's got her. She doesn't care about when the show is filming. What's going on? I should say. Everything else she cares about. She stays on top of us on the TikToks and the YouTubes and all that stuff. Make sure that we do the jobs right. But no, when the actual show is going on, fucking let's make Thor his dinner for the month. Let's take
for the month.
Because she cooks it in bulk.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's have a concert in the shower room. You know, you gonna have a fucking TED talk over in our living room next week? Is that what's gonna happen?
But yeah, so
you got your
the quick.
checklist done.
Got our checklist. We got our full cash to close payment done, and it's been a lot, but we're ready to move in. We are ready to move in.
So, and I'm guessing it depends on realtor to realtor, but who takes care of most of that like stuff that you need to do?
It depends. So your lender will tell you things you need to get done, and your realtor will also tell you things that you need to get done. And it's either you get it done, like us as the buyer, or if it's something the seller can get done. But we don't talk to the seller. It's always there's a middle person who does everything in between for us.
I mean, I guess like the survey specifically, like that you guys had to go out and get that done?
We had to. Well, we had.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No. The survey was done through our title company, and they're the ones they're like, oh, these are the options that we have. They're like, which one do you guys want to go with, type thing.
See, so that's what I was thinking, is that sounds like someone that is working for you in this scenario, like the realtor, like the title company or whatever, would take care of on some level. And then, if you have to pay for it a little extra, that's different. But okay.
Yeah, well, so there's that. We had to get the appraisal done, and the appraisal took about a week to come back to us. It's it's a bunch of waiting game, honestly.
Yeah, no. Buying a house, the one thing I have understood is it is hurry up and wait. Do all this, do all this, do all this. Okay, now wait.
Yeah. I was texting our realtor this past week, hey girl, everything good over there? We haven't heard from you in, the week. But she's like, yeah, it's kind of good that you're not hearing from me, because if she, then that means there would be other things that we needed to get done. But
she hit you with the fucking Uno reverse card. She's like, oh, this bitch is gonna fucking text me? No, let me tell you. Look, if you should be so happy that you don't hear from me.
Exactly.
Okay? You don't want me to follow up. If I'm following up, then it's a bad time for you. Get off my line. That's good. I'm gonna start doing that at work. Anytime hey, I thought you were gonna call me back. If I'm not calling you back, it's good, okay?
Or it's always one of those email me back if you have any questions. I'll say that in my email, and then they'll just email me back saying thank you. Bitch, did you not read my email? I said email me back if you have any questions.
No, they don't read. No one ever reads, okay?
Yeah. So, I wanted to show you. Sorry, real quick.
Okay.
I got this check for $20, 20 whole ass dollars from our treasurer for my jury duty day.
Oh, I was like, treasurer? Because honestly, when you pulled it out, I thought treasurer. It was... No. When you pulled the check out, though, I thought that it was one of those the corporate lawsuits that you do.
Oh.
That's what I thought. No, so $20 for a day of jury duty.
Yeah. I
wow,
love it.
That's like... How many hours were you there?
Well, I wasn't there. I mean, I was there. I showed up, and they're like, "Oh, you can go home because all the cases were dismissed."
Oh, okay. So so it was basically $20 for 1 hour of work, essentially.
Essentially, yeah. Well, It's really $17 because they still made me pay for parking. $3 for parking. All right, just to be.
And we will never forget about that time Judy had to pay for parking.
I'm telling you guys. I know now it's different in Vegas, that there's places that we do need to pay for parking out there now.
No, not places. Everywhere.
Everywhere now? Damn.
Pretty much because, I mean, look, I'm not going to sit here. I'm not the guy who's going out and fucking partying it up on the strip, right? I'm the guy who shows you a weird angle of his ankle. Okay, that's who I am. But yeah, anytime I go on the strip, most of the places require a form of payment if you're there for more than an hour.
Even if you're a resident, like with your resident
Yeah.
ID?
Yeah.
Damn, see?
They don't give a fuck
crazy.
about the resident ID.
They hate us now. Like, don't you remember before they would like just scan your Nevada ID and you'll get into the parking lots for free?
No, I
Or the parking
remember when they
garages.
just said, park wherever you
Or just
want.
park. Yeah.
I remember, honestly, I remember growing up in this town, and it makes me feel so lucky that it's not something that I ended up doing. But I remember when one of the best jobs you could have in this city was a valet.
Valet, yes.
Right?
I knew you were going to say it. Yep.
Because anyone who was a valet, even if you were at one of the really, really shitty casinos, you were still making six figures because it was just like the parking was so, that was part of the lifestyle, right? Mm-hmm. And now, because of how much it is to park and everything, those guys don't make anything. They don't make anything in tips like they used to, and that's sad.
Dang. Yeah.
Okay, well, congratulations on the house.
Thank you.
Did you unpack?
Can't wait to do a house tour. I did, yes.
Yeah, we know. For the third time, we'll get the house tour, okay? We're all waiting for it. We all know. Okay, I'm more concerned about the hoodies.
Yes. Okay, so funny fact, funny thing that happened was I unpacked some of our hoodies because it did get cold. And then somehow this whole week, our high has been like upper 70s. It hit 80 at some point. I go, really?
Yeah, the weather's
really weather
weird.
we'll be doing here.
Weather has been so weird this week. And like it's one of those things where I almost understand. So growing up in Vegas, it's always been the same. Like it's either hot or kind of cold compared to, what you're used to.
Right.
But with the way the weather has been this week, it makes me understand why things like the Weather Channel are so popular. Because, there's been a lot of fluctuating back and forth, right? And until, and maybe it's also just because I'm, getting old, but until recently with stuff like that, I was like, why would anyone give a shit about the weather that much that it needs to be a full channel?
Right.
Like I barely understand why it needs to be on the news every night, but a full channel?
Yeah.
And now I kind of get it. I mean, if you threw some rain or some snow into this bitch, I definitely would be on the Weather Channel like, EP, we got to be ready. We got to be ready. It's a Cat 2. It's a Cat 2 coming in. No, not a hurricane, a Cat 2 windfall. Yep, we got to be aware of all these things. Oh, the rain, it's coming in from the north-southwest. That north-southwest. It's a thing. It's the way that the weather triangulates. You know what, EP? You just over there. See, I get it, people.
We're at that age right now where we do care.
All right.
Oh man.
Judy, it is time for
Yes.
Ryan Refutes. I was waiting for you to say it, but
oh. I like when you say it.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, all right, y'all. Ryan Refutes time. Yay. Okay. Okay. So this is without knowing your preference, EP's preference, clean slate.
Oh, God.
I want
I'm already
you
feeling like I'm in trouble.
Oh, this is gonna be exciting for both of you.
Oh, God.
I want you to argue that female body hair is actually sexy.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And like I said, not knowing what EP does, not knowing what your preference, it's just straightforward.
Okay. So I'm sorry. If you can't tell, I'm turning a shade of green. My preference is definitely not for females to have. I'm not talking about specific areas. When I think of body hair, I think of like armpits and
Armpits,
chest and back and
hair, legs.
Yeah, everywhere, right? And so that to me, even on a man, it's just body hair is just one of those things that gives me the ick. But the one thing I can say is that, now what's the question real quick again? I want to make sure that I get this right.
Why female body, well, how did I say it? Now it's gonna bother me. It's why you think female body hair or body hair on a female is actually sexy compared to not. Yeah.
So the reason that female body hair is actually sexy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is because a couple different things. First of all, if a woman has body hair, that means that she has all of the confidence in herself, right? You don't find women that are just letting it go, that don't feel that they are the absolute pinnacle of what womandom means to them, right? And I'm not gonna lie, when someone feels themselves that much, it's kind of hot. It's kind of hot when somebody like has enough confidence to be like, I don't give a shit about what you think or about what society says. I know that I'm hot and I'm gonna let my naturally wiles fly. God, I'm giving myself a chub right now.
Naturally what?
Wilds.
Wilds.
Yeah. You gotta sow the naturally oats. And then the other part of it is that normally when someone has body hair, it is because they are from a certain demographic, right? So like and I say this like with Latinas, you see them having a lot of things that they need to pluck and wax and, all these things in all of these areas. I'm sure I've never hooked up with an Asian girl. I'm sure that they also have those kind of things, right?
I've actually never shaved my legs.
You've never shaved your legs?
I don't have legs on my hair. I don't have hair on my legs.
Okay, you're distracting me now.
Sorry.
Oh.
Anyways, yeah. Fun fact for the day about me.
But that's part of it. When you see a woman with some body hair, she's probably also from that special kind of people. I've lost the plot on that one.
You did.
The plot on that one.
Is it because I distracted you?
A little bit. The other look. Lastly, okay. Mm-hmm. You ladies don't do the 3-in-1 shampoo conditioner, so you use the proper kind of soap on that hair. So that hair is gonna be very nice and soft, and it'll be nice to cuddle with. Okay. Look. This one was tough.
Are you saying it's a no shave November for EP over there?
I am saying that this one was tough, and I think that I took an L on this one. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even feel like I don't believe my own words right now. Like last week when I was talking about blue cheese, I actually meant what I said. This week, like, oh God, now I'm just thinking about like armpit hair on women, and that's armpit hair in general is gross. Body hair to me, and like that's the thing. It's not just women. To me, anyone with body hair, like it just comes off as. And I have chest hair, and sometimes I'll forget to button the second button on my polo, so my shirt is a little wider open, and I won't notice it till I get to work and go from like my first bathroom break, and I'm like, holy shit, put it away! Gross, man, you're at work. So. You just got me on something that actually at my core even
It's kind of funny because I think of all of the other things I want to like you to refute. And I go, damn, I keep thinking about food. I go, let me not
I keep thinking
look
about
like
food.
a fatty.
Ryan's fat ass will eat anything. So that's what we can talk about.
Oh my God.
I like how I like how you thinking of the food makes you feel fat, and it also makes me feel fat at the same time. Because I'm just thinking, well, if I was thinner, then she wouldn't think of coming up with food ideas for me. But you're just like, no, it's not about you.
If I was thinner, I should stop thinking about it like that.
Oh,
That was a good one though. Just because I remember it was like a whole like feminism movement, right? Where like women, like popular celebrities just have full on armpit hair. I don't know how they like, I can go weeks, months without like shaving my armpits, but it never gets to like that point of like it looking like a full on bush underneath my arm. I don't know. Maybe it's just the way like I am built, I guess. Like we have less hair. I have no
built
idea.
different.
All right, I don't shave my leg.
No, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Never been.
Can
in
we
that
do an
position.
experiment with EP?
No, we cannot. Okay.
EP, text me when you listen to this.
No, do not. Okay, you've already been in cahoots over the dumb hoodie. Okay, no more cahooting. Oh, that actually.
Did that leave like a bad taste in your mouth?
Yeah, I feel legitimately gross right now. Like, I just have different forms of body hair just in my. And then also, there was a movie with Ben Stiller called Along Came Polly. Remember that one?
Mm-hmm. With him and Jennifer Aniston, right?
Yeah, and in one of the scenes, he's playing basketball with, I forget his name. He was a blonde, kind of chubby guy, really, really great actor. Played, God damn it. I want to say the name coming into my head is Michael C. Hall, but that's not it at all. Hold on.
Philip Seymour Hoffman?
I think so. Yeah, he's dead, right?
Yeah, he did pass away.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's playing. Oh, yeah, I should have Googled Along Came Polly. That would have been fucking smarter instead of trying to remember every other movie he was in. Use your critical thinking skills, people. And there's a scene in there where Philip Seymour Hoffman and Ben Stiller are playing basketball, and Philip Seymour Hoffman has no shirt on, and he's got all of this body hair, and he's also sweaty because they're playing basketball, and he literally jumps up into the air, and his entire torso goes on Stiller's face and just runs down it, sliding and slimy and hairy and... So that is also what's been running through my mind for the last, I don't know, however, since the first utterance of body hair was brought up. And now that gets to run through your mind as well. So congratulations.
Love that for us.
All right. So Judy, before you wanted to ask something about sports, right? But before we get into that, I wanted to bring up something to you because I said before the break that we were going to talk about the dirtiest team in the NFL.
Yeah.
Right. And this stems from a comment that we got on our YouTube channel.
Oh.
In which that person said that the Cowboys were the dirtiest team in the NFL. And so I just wanted to give you a chance to discuss why your team may or may not be the dirtiest team in the NFL.
I do not see how we could be the dirtiest team in the NFL. Is this in regards to like just like are we beating up on people, like stepping on them on purpose? Or I don't know where this is stemming from with this comment that this guy or person, like I need to hear your theories because one, I feel like I don't understand how we could be the dirtiest. We get the least amount of flags on us. First of all, like we have holding penalties every time on Micah that's never called. I mean, look, bro.
I think you may have just proven his point on that then.
Wait, what do you mean?
You're saying, I'm sorry, I misunderstood. You're saying that Micah is getting held on every play, and they're not getting called. I thought you were saying that Micah was holding on every play, and they weren't calling it.
No.
Okay.
It's the other way around, right?
Fair enough.
And I love that I've seen all these comments. They're like, oh, Cowboys are just winning the games because the refs are on their side. Like, clearly, y'all only watch the Cowboys games whenever, like, it's a team that you like to watch or something like that, right? As someone who's watched every single Cowboys game for the last 17 years, okay? Do not come for us saying that Cowboys only win games because the refs are here to help us, because they're not.
I mean,
that's my.
Y'all could have used some help last Sunday.
Honestly, I wasn't as upset about that game as I was upset about losing against the Niners because that was a blowout. This game against the Eagles felt like it was just a game of inches, right? Like, God, with that guy, I don't know.
That to me is why you should be worried. 100% why you should be worried. When's the last time that the Cowboys in the playoffs won the game of inches?
Oh, never.
When's the last time that the Cowboys under Mike McCarthy won the game of inches? Not playoffs, just period.
No. Can't even think of it.
And so that is why I would be so concerned if I were a Cowboys fan this year specifically. You guys have so much talent on both sides of the ball. And I think it's just going to be another year where, like, if you can get in, it'll be as the wild card team. And then it'll be a first round out. And I don't want to say that as like, fuck the Cowboys. I'm just saying it like, you have, like, with this regime, with this coach, and with this quarterback, you have to do more than beat the hapless Buccaneers in a playoff game for me to actually think that something is going to happen.
Yeah. True.
Especially because here's the other thing with the Eagles, right? People like to say that the Eagles are winning all of these really close games and they could go the other way and that they're not as good of as a team because of it, right? And that's a fair point. But the other thing that is very fair to say is that there is something to be said for a team that can mentally overcome time and time and time and time again, right? We always talk about how you want to be the most mentally tough in those situations, and you want to be able to impose your will on the other team. And then we see a team do that with the brotherly shove or with whatever other manners that they have. I'm not calling it the tush push, okay?
I know. Tush push.
So that's my concern for the Cowboys. Like, honestly, I think that it would be awesome to have them in a Super Bowl run, right? I think especially if they could do it like as a road team too, having Jerry go from fucking stadium to stadium on his bus, just doing the whole tour, that'd be so good for the NFL. God, could you believe him with a 2-week media run for the Super Bowl? Oh, it would be the greatest. But
very, very slim chances there.
I have zero belief in Mike McCarthy. No disrespect. Second Marriage Mike is just...
It's not it.
I feel like Second Marriage Mike is now like calling lawyers so that when Jerry calls the lawyers, they're like, I already talked to Second Marriage, man. I can't do anything for you. I'm not allowed to talk to you. Sorry. Like, he's just setting himself up so that when he has to make his exodus, it will hopefully not ruin him.
Right.
So. Oh, man.
That's funny.
All right. What were you going to bring? You had a question about sports, or you had a topic that you want to talk about?
Yeah. Okay, so the Cowboys are playing the Giants tomorrow. Oh my God. Okay. Is that it, right? But I saw on Twitter, X, whatever.
Twix.
Twix. There was a quote from the Giants starting QB because Daniel Jones is out for the season.
Yes. Which one is this? Because I'm genuinely not sure at this point.
His name is Tommy DeVito.
Tommy. Okay, so it is the DeVito.
DeVito. Mm-hmm. So he has the quote that I wanted to get your opinion on. It says, I don't have to worry about laundry, what I'm eating for dinner, chicken cutlets and all that is waiting for me when I get home there, or when I get there. My mom still makes my bed. Everything is handled for me. This man is 25 years old because I had to. I never heard of Tommy DeVito before.
Mm-hmm.
Why would a grown man in the NFL openly admit that he doesn't do his own laundry and that his mom still makes his bed?
So honestly, the only issue that I had with everything that he said was that his mom makes his bed, right? Now, obviously, you can imply that his mom does his laundry and that his mom cooks the food and everything. But the having your mom physically make your bed thing, yeah, that's bothersome.
Well, no, he said, I don't have to worry about laundry.
Well, I'm just saying, I'm inferring that mom is doing all of his chores, right?
Right,
that she makes his bed, that she does his laundry, that she cooks the food, all that stuff. But that also would imply that you're living at mom's house still?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the living. That was the whole thing, was living with his parents.
So, no, I'm just going to say it. Fuck it. That's weird, man. Like, that you have an adult job. Why are you living with mom and dad? Yeah, I get it. New York real estate is expensive. Brock Purdy's going through the same thing in San Francisco. He's got to have roommates. But guess what? He lives on his own. I don't even know where Tommy DeVito was drafted, so I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah, we don't know. I mean,
I can assume that if he was drafted, that it was higher than Brock Purdy, since Brock Purdy was literally the last person drafted. But yeah, man, you got an adult job. Why are you living with mom and dad still?
Fun fact, Tommy DeVito was actually undrafted.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, no. So then I take it back then, okay? In his position, because he's undrafted, I'm sure that he is making a fair amount of money for an NFL player, right? But he's undrafted, so maybe he's able to get, let's say, even an NFL average of 3.2 years out of a career, right? And so he makes, over that time, let's say $400,000, right?
Right, yeah.
In this circumstance, I completely understand him living with mom. And if that's how mom wants, look, in my opinion, it's weird that he's like, yeah, cool, make my bed. But if it's mom and dad's house, it's their rules. Sorry, you're 25, but it's their house, their rules, right?
Right.
So if that's how mom wants to get down, I get that. Especially, like I said, if he had been drafted and he was making, a decent amount of salary or whatever, and he was also probably going to be in the NFL for an average of like 5 to 7 years. All right, dude,
Right.
you gotta figure this out. But this is kind of like, hey, I'm going for my dream. So you know what this is? This is the guy who had to move back into mom and dad's house because he wanted to start his own company. And he couldn't afford having the rent while he was doing the startup stuff. So that is. So I'm totally fine with him living. Now, if you get a second contract, Mr. DeVito, you got to move out. I don't care. I don't care if mom has a great house in Manhattan. Take your ass to Soho or whatever other borough they live in.
Yeah, I have no idea. But there was a comment. Somebody left a reply to my tweet.
Ooh, okay.
And I don't know who this man is. It's just some rando. But anyways, per this rando, it says, that's an Italian household. That's normal in their culture. Moms will do everything for them. I can't read. Mom will do everything for them damn near until they are married and will still not have them do his own laundry even then. I guess who knows? Yeah,
no, I mean, that is also part of it for sure. That's why I didn't bring up anything other than mom and dad's house, mom and dad's rules. Like, anyone who ever watched the Jersey Shore understands that is a huge part of and no, I'm not talking about Family Reunion. I haven't watched Family Reunion, so I don't know if it's just literally more of the same, but they're rich now. But my point is, before they were all super rich, they were still living with mom and dad were still doing all the same stuff. These people were on TV every week, living with mom and dad, okay? So, yes, it is part of their culture. That's why that's not a factor of it.
Yeah, but
the point is that as a man, should you still be living at home? Not should mom and dad still be taking care of you to that degree, but should you still be living at home?
Right.
So, but like I said, this is him taking his shot and not trying to strain himself financially while doing that, in my belief anyway. So I'm okay with it. Right?
Yeah. All right.
But as soon as you get cut, get a real job and move the fuck out, okay? Go get a job as a pharmaceutical sales rep. Talk about all the good old days of throwing the ball down the field while you make some doctor sign away all the OxyContin prescriptions to the local high school. That's how it works, people. Go watch a Hulu movie.
Oh, wait, low-key. You guys want to know another fun fact about me?
Look who it is. It's the concert maker herself.
Could you guys hear my music?
Oh, could you guys hear it? Oh.
I'm sorry.
Oh, guys, I'm sorry. I didn't mean for it to happen. I don't know what happened. I'm sorry.
Plumber EP coming back? No, can I just tell my quick
Excuse
fun
me,
fact?
I'm still doing a show. Rude.
Listen.
Well, I'm sorry.
Quick fun fact, because you brought up Jersey Shore. I'm actually on an episode of Jersey Shore.
Oh my God. Were you one of the one night stands?
No. It's one of the spin-offs. I don't know if it was like the Jersey Vacation, but they were in Vegas for this whole season.
Oh, no. So yeah, that was a spin-off where, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it was a Jersey Shore where they were in Vegas for a whole season, but I also know that DJ Pauly D had a spin-off where him and his crew were in Vegas specifically.
No, the entire Jersey Shore.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you guys want to look for me, I think I'm on like the first episode.
First episode of a season of a sort of Jersey Shore Las Vegas show.
Yeah, I was there because I stood behind the entire cast at a Cafe Rio during my lunchtime. And they made us sign a waiver.
This is perfect, actually, for this to happen, because I also wanted to ask you something, right? So right now we call the audience eavesdroppers, right?
Mm-hmm.
I thought of something, and I mean, maybe it's too late, but this is a perfect time for everyone to get in on the conversation. I thought of a new nickname that I like more.
Okay.
Ear hustlers.
Ear hustlers.
Because that's what I call it when I'm eavesdropping, right? Because eavesdropping is supposed to be, you're listening to someone else's conversation and you're not supposed to be a part of it, right? That's what eavesdropping is. So when I do that, I call it ear hustling. So,
Okay.
let us know in the comments, people. What do you
below.
think? Should it be eavesdroppers? Should it be ear hustlers? Or should it be other?
Something
Should
else.
it be other? Okay. We're only going to find out if you tell us.
In the comments.
All right. So, Judy, we don't have enough time to do the whole background noise segment, but there is one thing that I wanted to bring up about how I would like to be famous.
Okay.
I've decided a new way that I would like to be famous is I want to be in a group like it's on YouTube. It's a group of creators like AMP, or how there used to be the Vlog Squad, or all of these different creator groups, right? I want to be in one of those groups, but I want to be the old guy of the group where everyone is like, yo, you're a little old to be here, right? Like, what? Don't you have a family to go home to? Like you're funny. We enjoy all the funny ha-has. We love it. Like, keep on coming. We're not trying to ostracize you, but like, you know, you sure that you want to come out and hang out? I'm younger than your son, man. That's how I want to be.
I'm
famous.
younger than your son. Damn.
The guy that I'm talking to, yeah. Because I'll be the old guy in the group. Which I can't in the Vlog Squad because there's already a guy, Jason Nash. He's older than I am, and he hangs out with a guy younger than I am. Which I don't know what the fucking point was. Anyway, we're out of time. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Yes.
It's really all I got. I don't know what to say at this point. Judy, why don't you do the outro?
Well, we'll see you guys next week on A Conversation with Judy and Ryan.
Ryan and Judy.
Bye.
Bye.
Ryan and Judy, really?